6, 8, 9,
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We can't have a government like this without an income tax, but we want a government like this. This is not the kind of government that was designed by our founders of the country. It's not what was written in the Constitution. We've only had an income tax since 1913. But if you want a welfare state, and if you want to police the world and pay for the defense of Japan and Germany, you not only need the income tax, you need the Federal Reserve to print up the money when the deficit is accumulated. So we think the government should be much smaller. If government is small, then you don't need an income tax. The income tax only covers 38% of next year's budget. But we have a growing number of people in this country who are starting to realize that even if they might not agree with us on our moral principles and the Constitution, they might agree that economic law says we can't afford it any longer. So the young people, there aren't enough young people to pay for this type of government. So the type of government we have today is coming to an end. Well, the income tax only covers 38% of next year's budget. Maybe you'd have a national sales tax. Maybe the states would raise the revenues. Maybe we would have so much tax per individual. Maybe there would be an import tax. There would be something other than the personal income tax. There are 38 million people today that have no health care after the government's been in health care for 45 years. If you want to look at health care when government really controls it, go to the Indian reservations. Worst care in the world. Go to the VA hospitals. We spend a lot of money on health care, the government today. The price has gone up, the quality has gone down, there are more people without health care now since the government's been in the business. How do you deliver bread to poor people? How do they get bread? They work and they go out. Services and goods in a free society are delivered by the marketplace, but not by government. Now, if you think government is supposed to deliver all goods and services, you have to join a philosophy called socialism, and we, of course, reject it for moral reasons, for humanitarian reasons. We believe the best distribution is done under a free market. I don't have the right to steal from you because somebody out in the street needs your help. You have an obligation personally to help them, but I don't have the right to interfere with your right to take something from you and deliver it to somebody out on the street. And you have to remember, there are more people on the street today without homes, without medical care since we've been in the business of welfare. So if we want to eliminate most of the people who are in need, you have a free market system. But the question is still legitimate because there will still be some people who will have need. Our answer to that is it has to be taken care of through voluntary means, never through coercion, never through force. The people should know the truth, that it's bankrupt and that young people won't get anything, and that therefore we should start to privatize it. 70% of our military money is spent overseas subsidizing rich allies. It should be spent on the defense of this country.
Are you suggesting the Republicans should write me off because I'm a strict constitutionalist? I'm the most conservative member here. I have voted, against more spending and wasting government than anybody else. So you're suggesting that I'm not electable and the Republicans don't want me because I'm a strict fiscal conservative? Because I believe in civil liberties? Why should we not be defending civil liberties? And why should we not be talking about foreign policy that used to be the part of the Republican Party? And you're saying now that we have to continue to borrow money from China to finance this empire that we can't afford, and then we give it to Musharraf, who's a military dictator who overthrew an elected government, and then we go to war, we lose all these lives promoting democracy. I mean, what's going on here? You're saying that this isn't appealing to Republicans? Where did this come about? I think this is a Republican message. Where have we gone? I think we've lost our way.
We don't have a First Amendment so that we can talk about the weather. We have the First Amendment so we can say very controversial things. So for people to say that we have our religious beliefs protected, but people who want to follow something else or a controversial religion, you can't do this. If you have the inconsistency, then you're really not defending liberty. But there are strict rules on freedom of choice of this sort, because you can't hurt other people, you can't defame other people. But yes, you have a right to do things that are very controversial. If not, you're going to end up with government that's going to tell us what we can eat and drink and whatever. In essence, up until this past century, for over 100 years they were illegal. What you're inferring is, you know what? If we legalize heroin tomorrow, everybody's going to use heroin. Oh yeah, I need the government to take care of me. I don't want to use heroin, so I need these laws.